When a relationship with a narcissist ends, what you see on the outside never tells the whole story. Those staged photos, the dazzling smiles on social media, or the boastful, "Look how okay I am," moments, these are nothing more than the final acts of a play. Because, you see, behind that glittering mask, a storm of rage and emotional collapse is brewing. The harsh truth is this: a narcissist never truly moves on. They are desperately acting out to hide the panic inside. And when you firmly walk away, you do more than just part ways. You unplug the power source fueling their ego. That's when the terrifying collapse begins. They will rage at losing control and regret that they couldn't keep you. In today's video, I will take your hand and guide you through the 5 brutal stages a narcissist will fall into. This is not a story of strength or love. It is an exposé of obsession, confusion, and a hollowness so loud it brings down an entire ego built on sand. If you have ever been caught in this toxic whirlpool or are fighting to reclaim your life, you need to watch this video to the very end to protect your own peace of mind. Before we dive into the first stage, take a moment, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our in-depth analyses that help you heal. And now, answer this question: what scares a narcissist the most? Losing control or seeing their true self in the mirror? Comment your thoughts below and let's uncover the truth together. Stage 1. The shock and the great denial. The very moment you turn your back and the door to the relationship slams shut, the narcissist plunges into a violent state of shock. This is not simply the pain of an ordinary breakup. For them, it feels like a physical blow that brings their entire world crashing down. You, the source of their supply and validation, have been abruptly cut off. Yet don't expect any outward meltdown. This stage is masked by a terrifying calm. On the outside, they seem composed, but deep within, an internal struggle rages to preserve the illusion. They whisper and lull themselves with irrational confidence. They'll come back, or they're just sulking, craving attention. These reassurances do not spring from genuine faith in your love or sincerity, but from their absolute belief in the emotional chokehold they think they still possess. They are convinced their magnetic pull and manipulative power are irresistible. During this first denial phase, their external behavior and the wreckage inside rarely align. You might suddenly see a mocking post boasting about newfound freedom, an abrupt block then unfollow action on social media, or an ambiguous caption that screams, "I'm fine, I'm not shaken." Everything you witness is an elaborate theater of smoke and mirrors designed for one purpose only: to conceal inner chaos and maintain their facade. Each post, each gesture, is a desperate proclamation. But if you listen closely to their silence, you'll realize they are waiting tense and obsessed. The narcissist is lurking, hunting for your slightest cue. A notification that you popped up on their screen, a late-night just checking in text, or an unexpected like on an old post. Each is treated as a crumb they can use to reassert control. In their eyes, you are more than a partner. You're the perfect mirror reflecting every glittering illusion they have built. Losing you means losing their core validation. Then, when you resolutely stay silent and refuse to engage with their public displays or manipulative stunts, the denial facade cannot hold. The first cracks begin to show. The fake calm mask remains intact, but their eyes betray confusion, their hands tremble, and patience gives way to panic. They may force out one last post implying, "It's all a test," or a desperate status declaring, "I don't need anyone." But behind such claims lies a trembling fear, the terror of watching their manipulative power dissolve. Denial cannot last forever when the supply is cut off. The longer your steadfast silence continues, the more fragile that cruel exterior becomes. Eventually, the mask will slip, paving the way for the next stage. This is the moment the narcissist's emotional and power borrowing from you begins to collapse. Stage 2. The fury and projection. When the final mask of denial crumbles under your icy silence, the narcissist's fury erupts like a long-suppressed volcano. This is not the sorrow or regret of a forsaken lover. It is a primal rage born of profound shame as the power they painstakingly built vanishes before their eyes. In their warped worldview, your departure is more than a breakup, it is the most monstrous betrayal of their very existence. You have stripped away the only control that made them feel worthy. Unable to accept any responsibility or fault, the narcissist resorts to their cruelest defense mechanism: total blame and reality manipulation, gaslighting. Rather than asking themselves, "Where did I go wrong?" they unleash icy accusations. "How dare you leave me? Do you not value everything I've done for you?" Every conversation, public or private, becomes an inquisition where you are branded as toxic, controlling, or ungrateful. The narcissist spins a new narrative in which they are the perfect victim. They readily invent a host of excuses to hide their true wounds, twisting your justified reactions into proof of your instability. "I can't stand your drama. You're way too sensitive, always treating me like the enemy." Simultaneously, this fury expands into a cold-blooded smear campaign. The narcissist launches an all-out effort to tarnish your reputation among mutual friends, family, and colleagues. Their goal is not reconciliation, but to rewrite the story in their favor. They seek new sources of supply by drawing outsiders' sympathy. By casting you as the villain, they protect their fragile ego and bask in the tragic yet controlling posture of the one left behind. This torrent of blame and manipulation leaves you confused and doubting yourself. Am I really at fault? Did I truly cause them pain? Guilt is set like an invisible trap, pulling you back into a bewildering web of arguments. But it is all theater. The more you fight to defend your honor, the more they cement their own sense of rightness while draining your energy. Their extreme anger may manifest through direct or indirect assaults, personal attacks via hateful or threatening messages, midnight phone calls filled with baseless accusations designed to shatter your peace, sarcastic social media posts implying you are the betrayer, making outsiders view you as the problem. Remember, this fury does not reflect your wrongdoing, but reveals their deepest crisis, the terror of losing their only mirror. Standing your ground and refusing to engage in this drama is the key to preserving your own energy, well-being. When fury fails to reclaim you, they will descend into even deeper desperation. Stage 3. The panic and the obsession. When their fury can no longer draw you back, the narcissist plunges into deep panic, a realization that the control they once took for granted has slipped through their fingers. They understand that the sole lifeline connecting them to power and self-worth has been severed, leaving them in utter terror. Initially, that terror morphs into an unrelenting obsession. They fixate on monitoring you, silently stalking every story you post, refreshing your feed for each new photo, comment, or reaction. The slightest like on an old picture, or even you simply opening the app, becomes a lifeline proof that you still exist within their world. From this panic springs a series of contrived, heartfelt messages. You begin receiving drip feed texts like, "This song reminded me of you," or "I found your old sweater, can't believe I still have it," even, "Can I just hear your voice one more time?" Every line is a calculated lure, designed to reopen old wounds and reel you back into their orbit. Once they've caught your attention, they resurrect the old tactic of love bombing. Suddenly, they appear with sweet apologies and grand promises of a fresh start. Out of nowhere, they shower you with thoughtful gestures, sending gifts, remembering every small detail of your life as if to convince you that this time will be different. But these displays are not born of genuine affection. They are performances meant to manufacture trust and draw you in. Next comes the cunning guilt trip. They recast themselves as the abandoned victim. "I haven't slept a wink since you left," or "I endured so much for you, how could you be so heartless?" Their pleas prey on your compassion and sense of responsibility, making you feel you owe them reparations for their suffering. and trapping you once more in a toxic cycle. When even those maneuvers fall short, they deploy hoovering with new images of a supposed rebound. You'll find posts of them smiling beside someone new, captioned, "Finally found peace," not to declare real happiness but to gauge your reaction. If you show anger or curiosity, they've successfully reignited your attention and revived the cycle of control. Each of these strategies is a piece in their obsession arsenal. Not a sign of love or healing, but a reflection of profound fear. The fear of the endless void without you, and the terror that their ego, wholly reliant on your reflection, will implode. Throughout this stage, you may feel suffocated by ceaseless messages and manipulative ploys. Your mind will oscillate between giving them one more chance and the urgent desire to walk away forever. Yet remember, this panic is not an invitation to return, but the desperate cry of a self in fragments. Holding your ground, refusing to respond to their obsessive tactics, is the key to shattering their manipulative spiral and reclaiming your freedom.
I warned you they were coming. Now
Stage 4. The collapse and the void. When every tactic of denial, rage, and obsession has failed, the narcissist enters the deepest darkness, the collapse of the ego and a bone, deep sense of emptiness. This is no longer the smoke and mirror theater or the seething fury. It is the moment they stand face to face with their true self. A tentacled creature stripped of every limb to cling to. This is severe narcissistic injury, an unbearable state of worthlessness. This stage is characterized by, first, they lose entirely the spiritual nourishment you once provided. Previously, every like and compliment was like a drop of life-giving milk feeding their glow. Now, with your absolute silence, every attempt to appear okay on social media bursts like a bubble having nothing to cling to. They shatter. Second, they oscillate wildly between two extremes. At times, the narcissist withdraws, completely vanishing from sight, avoiding friends, disappearing from online platforms. At other times, they plunge into loud gatherings, frenzied parties, force hard smiles, and blaring music to cover the inner silence. Whether in hiding or in the spotlight, they are merely concealing an endless void within. Third, an overwhelming loneliness follows when there is no one left to mirror their image. They spend sleepless nights gripping their phone, waiting for a notification, or wandering social feeds aimlessly, searching for any tiny sign of attention. Your silence becomes a cold expanse that swallows every shred of pride. Next, the narcissist loses all sense of identity. Their self-worth once depended entirely on others' admiration. Without a mirror, they are lost. With no idea who they are without praise, they confront the unanswerable question, "Who am I if no one admires me?" Then, the echo of silence prevails. Unlike the previous stage when they screamed at the top of their lungs, now there is only a hair-raising stillness. No comforting messages, no notifications bearing your name, only their own echo, gnawing away at their fractured pride. Finally, material and emotional fallout descends. Some throw themselves into alcohol, drugs, or an endless round of social engagements to fill the void. Others throw themselves into work, chase fame, cling to money, all in an attempt to patch the hole you left behind. Some even enter dangerous relationships, hoping for temporary validation, only to drive the wound deeper. However, this void cannot endure, for the narcissist's ego requires a mirror to function. The agony will drive them to seek an escape by re-establishing their supply, ushering in the final phase of the cycle, replacement and refresh, or, in other words, the cycle repeats. Stage 5. The replacement and the refresh. When the void inside the narcissist becomes unbearable, they cannot linger in that empty collapse any longer. Their ego, once entirely dependent on the reflection of others, now disintegrating. They launch into a frantic search for a new mirror to rebuild their power play. Rather than heal or acknowledge their mistakes, the narcissist hits the reset button on their love life. They choose someone new not out of love, but because that person is willing to supply the admiration and attention they crave. You will see new photos flooding social media, hand-holding pictures, captions like, "Finally found true happiness." This performance is carefully staged to create the impression that they have moved on from the shock. In reality, the new relationship is nothing more than a carefully selected lure. The new partner is cast in the role of reflective mirror, always complimenting, admiring, and obeying. They become the narcissist's fresh source of nourishment, temporarily soothing the old wound. If this person is sufficiently responsive, the narcissist revels in their regained power. If they resist or show any imperfection, the manipulation cycle restarts at stage 1: denial, rage, and then panic. This is not true growth or healing. It is merely a refresh of the old facade, a repetitive drama with the same tired script. The beautiful mask, love bombing, blame tactics, and finally reputation laundering through a new relationship. All of it is meant to prove to the world and to themselves that their ego remains intact, untouched by upheaval. However, for you, the one brave enough to walk away this phase stands as the ultimate proof of your decision's strength. While the narcissist hunts for a new mirror, you have stepped off the false stage to build an authentic life of your own. Their replacement and refresh only confirm one thing: they exist only as long as there is someone to manipulate. Ultimately, understanding this stage empowers you on your path to peace and freedom. Never allow the narcissist's drama to pull you back in. You deserve genuine love, respect, and appreciation, not to be used as a mirror for someone else's ego. When the journey through these 5 brutal stages comes to an end, you not only understand how a narcissist operates from concealment, to rage, to obsession, to collapse, to renewal, but you also recognize your own strength. Because you stood firm and walked away as they fell, you bravely severed the link that fed their hollow ego. Now, pay no mind to their new performances, their false promises, or the search for another reflective mirror. Take time to heal your wounds, rebuild your trust, and honor yourself. Every step you take, every decision not to look back, is a declaration of your worth, a worth that no one else can dictate. Choose to love yourself, choose genuine peace, and embrace life with fresh hope and desire. You deserve an unbound love, a relationship built on respect and mutual sharing, not an endless reenactment. Your freedom and happiness are not commodities to be bartered. This is not just the end of the narcissist story. It is the beginning of your new chapter where you are the sole author, and only the most authentic pages will be written.